It's time for fun with screencasting, and today I'm going to talk about how to make lecture videos. So you really need three things. You need an outline of your lectures. I'm using the PowerPoints that I typically use in class. You'll need a virtual whiteboard to write on. I'm using Smart Notebook 11. And then you'll need a snipping tool if you want to get the material over here onto your virtual whiteboard. So let's take a look at my lecture outlines here, and I'm going to use that snipping tool to get this into that virtual whiteboard. And so over here on my Smart Notebook, I'm going to paste it in here. And it usually comes in kind of large, so you kind of have to just move it and make it a little bit smaller here and there. So that looks good right there. And so that's the first page that I'll lecture on. And then I'll make another page for the next slide. And so I'll go down here and snip this out. And put it into my Smart Notebook here. And make it a little bit smaller. And then once I finish this outline, so I'll add a page again, and once I finish the outline, I'll have something that I can lecture on. So it'll look something like this. And so I'll start my recording, and I'll lecture on top of this, talk about, in this case, what is implicit differentiation. Then I'll move on to my first examples here and go through those, and then I'll do my second example, and then I'll do a little recap, just like I do in lecture, and then the end result is this.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about implicit differentiation, and before I talk about this, let's talk about what is implicit differentiation, and to understand this, we need to understand what's the difference between an explicit versus implicit equation. So for explicit equations, these are equations that are already solved.
So what you want to notice here is that this is basically the lecture that I would give in class. And other examples can be found on our YouTube page, www.youtube.com/user/Dr. Price 765. You can click on any of our playlists, and there are lots of examples of lecture videos.